Hey, what's up? So yesterday there was an incident where on Valentine's Day and in a high school, this teenager guy, he went into a high school and shot up the whole place. And it's almost like he knew where the exit plans were so that he could mow down a whole bunch of students in a short time frame with his AR-15 that he purchased. Now there's a history of him having some mental disorders, but he was still able to go into a store and buy a high capacity AR-15 rifle. And that just got me thinking, like, how necessary is it for civilians to be able to carry a AR-15 rifle? Now the necessity of it, now you could see why it'd be helpful in like riot situations, like during the LA riots. You know, there was a lot of looting and a lot of the Korean population in LA was protecting their businesses because that's their livelihood, that's their future. If they don't have their business, they don't have any way of putting food out on the table. I understand that, but in all likelihood, if he were to only have like a shotgun or a hand pistol, who knows that a lot of these students out there wouldn't have been injured. It seems like an everyday occurrence that something like this is happening. Everyday occurrence is kind of an exaggeration, but anytime this kind of a school shooting scenario happens, it seems like for the next couple of days people are just talking about solutions to prevent this kind of a massacre from happening. Now I want to get the audience's insight into what you think is a good solution to this. I know in some countries they ban these kinds of weapons. You know, there's that saying that the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And I remember there was an incident a few months back where this guy went into a church with the assault rifle and was like shooting people up in the church, and there was a citizen with the concealed carry weapon, and that's the one that stopped that kind of accident. I mean, it's kind of a argument that you could say that, oh wait, you're using a gun to kill someone with the gun, so, you know, what's going on here? But still, like, what are your thoughts about it? Like, do you think that guns should be outright banned altogether? Do you think that if guns were taken away from everyone, that'd be the best solution? Or maybe just banning assault rifles? Like, you know, in California, they make it very hard for assault rifles to have a higher capacity magazine. They only limit it to 10 in rounds, and they also limit their handguns to only 10 in rounds, and also make it difficult to replace magazines quickly because there's a button that you have to push with like the tip of your bullet, or it just slows down the process to make reloading speeds slower. Also, there's a guy named Aaron Feist who is very much of a hero in this kind of a shooting tragedy. He is a coach from what I was reading, and he put himself out there to shield his students from being hit by bullets. I think that's a very selfless thing to do. Very just considerate for others, to throw your life out there so that they can go on and live more than that person, Aaron Feist's own self. He could have responded to that situation in numerous different ways, but he decided to give his own life so that his students would be able to live. That just shows that there's a lot of good-hearted people out there in this world too, and I want to believe that there's more good people than bad people out there. It's just tragic. When you hear about something like this, when you read about school shootings, it just feels like the whole world is just, you know, a terrible place because of events like this. Just wanted to give a moment of thought for today's content on yesterday's school shooting. Also, in the description box of this video, I'm going to include a GoFundMe link to the high school that's involved in the families, the members that have been just affected by this tragic event. Everything that goes to that GoFundMe donated to that page will go to the victims' families.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up, open the park,